Okay, hello everyone. This is Codex here. It's been a while, for sure. It's been a good while. Um, but we're back. We're back. It's been almost a year, I think, that I haven't uploaded anything. But I think this time, I have an excuse to make a video about BDSP. To have something to talk about it, and it's kind of dead. But we're trying to keep it alive with this, as you can see, because we're doing a tournament with a prize. You can still join. There's 2 subs available up. DEOXYS-DEFENSE. We're allowing DEOXYS-DEFENSE for this tournament, but disclaimer, this is not a suspect test tournament. We're just doing this for fun and to have a brief of fresh air in the tier that has been pretty much solved, in my opinion. There's nothing to really ban or not. So in response to the last survey that we had, this was like the main thing that we had to do. So enjoyability, I mean, we had only 16 responses, so you can see the low activity, but I mean, it's fine. Enjoyability and competitiveness, that's pretty good. We talk about Weavile again. It received like below 3 of 7, and then Chomp the same. So like I said, I think most months are gonna stay. Then they're not gonna they're gonna stay with us. About Damrock, we saw actually a good amount of people finding me somewhat restricting, me included, but that was not enough to make an action on it. As you'll see with DEOXYS, we had much more. But first Gengar was very polarized, and I understand that because it's a Pokemon that hasn't been banned in its base form in any tier, so people might find that a little bit shocking that it is banned in BDSP. But if you know about at least a little about the meta, you would understand why this mon was completely broken, and I'm glad that this was not enough to warrant us to do something about it. Same with Manaphy, even though I think Manaphy could be somewhat manageable, it was also divided. But we didn't have to focus on these two because we got DEOXYS-DEFENSE, which was initially my idea, and it got a lot of support, like that it could at least be tried. This is because, I mean, lately in the latest generations, you know, it has been it has seen a downfall. You know, it went from Ubers in Gen 7 to being in NUVL, I think in Gen 9. Okay, we're not looking at this now. I wanted to share you. Yeah, why we pick DEOXYS among all the Ubers that I was just looking around. We're not gonna talk about Blazing, and we have Inferno, that's a top mon, not gonna happen. Darkrai is Gengar on steroids. The other DEOXYS forms, hell no. Latios is Latios on steroids. That's one of the best mon. Lugia has not been allowed on any regular audio formats, and we're now doing that. Like I said, ping Manaphy here, maybe, but DEOXYS got the most votes, and I like that. Mm-mm. So with that, I want to talk about a bit how would DEOXYS perform in the meta, and like its potential sets, what it would do basically. So this is the right screen. Yep. So first of all, I think DEOXYS could be on any kind of team because of its wide move pool, and of course it's not gonna be broken on its own because it's mostly a defensive utility mon. Its coverage of support moves and just variety is what could make it an issue. So the first set that I think is going to be the most, no, maybe not. This guy has so many good sets, potentially good sets, and I'm going to talk about them in, I think, order. Not really. We're just gonna go through them. The first one is Hyper Offense Lead. Just stack your hazards. Ton. I think this is the best for Hyper Offense now. It's going to um outshine Skarmory or Assault or whatever. This is much better. Psycho could be knockoff if you want. This could allow Hyper Offense to go much better. It actually, DEOXYS allows everything. Like it enhances everything. um, and I don't know if that's good or bad. It's definitely new, and I like new. I think it could make for fun gameplay for sure. And I'm probably going to upload the sets that we'll be playing in the tournament. At least mine. I'll try to. So yeah, this is the first set. It's surprisingly fast and it's bulky. You're probably gonna get all your hazards. You can taunt Gliscor, you're faster. This could also be Ice Beam. So just to really fuck with Gliscor. And yeah, that's the Hyper Offense one. The most like expected set will be like this Spikes teleporting. Knockoff, it's very limited in this meta. Same with Spikes, and teleport is almost exclusively like DEOXYS, and this could allow so many mons to have their come from free, and especially defensive wall, helping against stuff like Starmie or Latias. It's very cool. I think this one is gonna be like the most used. It's gonna be insane, and hopefully this vid like kind of helps you to like build your own DEOXYS teams, even if it's just for this tournament. Because even if it's just for this tournament, because it's unlikely that we're gonna see him again, but it's pretty cool. The next set, the one that could be broken on its own, is the Demon DEOXYS. It doesn't have to store power, but it can just become unkillable with Cosmic Power, Taunt Recover, and then you just go for Nightshade, which is your way of dealing consistent damage. This guy offenses are pretty bad, so you know what Fable do? Well, this would do it better because of the bulk and speed and everything. And this has the just the speed and the bulk to actually pull off this. If we see the meta, you can't really like beat this 1v1 unless you're like Calm Mind Clef, which I actually don't think you beat because of the taunt as well. And yeah, you basically can pull this out. This is the one that doesn't need like much of team synergy to work, unlike others. And this is the one that could be the most problematic on its own, that it's not enabling anything. What's happening with the music? Yeah, you might see some cuts there. Then next it's going to be the screens DEOXYS, which is basically the same as the hyperprovince lead, just leaning to screens. And screens has not seen much success. You usually lean to just hazards lead, but DEOXYS can do this multiple times. I think you can get screens more than once. The one that usually do this is a self, but you just get it once. It's not like a common hyper offense approach, but I think it could be really good with Deo-D here. Likely is not banned like in other metas, because yeah, the enablers, and I guess the sweepers are just that good. Like the power creep doesn't allow for hyper offense to be that restricting with the screens up, but maybe that could change with this. Next set is the fast spikes. I would taunt here. Speed is for base 80s and glide score, and you just have ice beam. You need to be faster to win the 1v1 so it doesn't roost on you. Then you just get the spikes and you prevent them to remove them with just taunt. The only one that can is Starmie, and you can threaten that with a knockoff if you really want to. Basically the same as the spikes here, but leaning more into speed. And then the other things that DEOXYS allowed. Actually, I'm going to talk about this T-spike variant here, because for some reason DEOXYS gets T-spikes only in BDSP. It doesn't have it on any other meta game, allowing in any other game, which I don't understand. But sure, the DEOXYS buff T-spikes, just messing with the best defogger in glide score can make T-spikes maybe work, though they have not been successful in BDSP, and you cannot mess with Scissor unless you have Ton somewhere here. Yeah, probably you could run Ton on this, honestly, and yeah, actually that's much better. Yeah, that's very annoying. Like, this guy has just so many sets. And next, we're talking about how Rain was somewhat restricting, and then you play probably the second best setter here, and it can run rocks too. It's kind of like a better Mew, and just teleport gives you a way of just bring your guy, your king, right? Usually, just click surf with safety. And that's really annoying for a Rain hater like me. Actually, I'm just hitting myself in the back with this, allowing the DEOXYS for this tournament, of course, only, and and then having as a Rain setter, that kind of sucks. Next one is trying to do like maybe what Cresselia would do in other metas, but with the addition that this has spikes. Of course, it doesn't have Healing Wish, but you can cripple wall like Blissey, Glide Score, or you wouldn't appreciate a Toxic Orb, but like a, yeah, mainly Blissey, Clef, and give them the choice card and then set up spikes. That's very unique. And of course, T-Wave is just another tool that can be run on the other sets as well. And then I think all of these sets are pretty good. Like, all these sets are like S, A plus type shit. Even the rain one. There's going to be like the ones you could mess with. You can mix the move pools, the EVs, like the approach of each. This is just, yeah, like my take on the set. And the ones that are next are just kind of more niche. DEOXYS allows Trick Room to be a thing. You don't have the best. I mean, Trick Room hasn't been good in singles in general, but this guy can allow that to work. Again, this could be knockoff or ice beam. I think that's your best damaging options, or it could be rocks even too. Like you don't need to attack with this guy. So the Trick Room teleport is what makes this so good, because you usually have to waste a turn to switch and take a hit with your Trick Room guy, and that sucks. But teleport allows that to bring in safely. That's the thing. This guy has spikes, teleport, knockoff, just a bunch of good tools in the same Pokemon. Of course, he cannot do everything at once, but is probably the most versatile mon compared to the rest of the meta. And that could be, of course, restricting and unhealthy for sure. But that's why we're just trying it out. That's why it's just this one tournament, of course. Right, like from all the guys that could be potentially free, I think this is the one that's the most potentially like not crazy. So giving it a chance, I think it's cool. And of course it gives like more flexibility on the meta and like just make it more fun or not. And then the other two, I was thinking like a nasty plot variant. Of course it's really weak, but you have the bolt to get a nasty plot, like something that Alakazam wouldn't do. This is the same set that Sam runs. Then I put a white over here. You can run like Life Orb too. And maybe this could work. I don't know. I'll have to build with this. I don't have teams with it yet. And I think this could be fun. It's a lot more niche though. But as you can see, DEOXYS just has the move pull to maybe pull off something like this. And its cogs aren't that bad. Like with a +2, it actually does damage, which is fun. Then we have the Calm Mind Recover set with Bolt Beam. Of course, that's the way you go with a bulky Calm Mind. But I was thinking this will just be like a worse version of Larias, which can run this same 4, and it's much more offensively threatening with just a Calm Mind. I think this guy is just too weak. But funny call is this 80 special attack allows you to kill Gliscor in Garchomp at +1, so that's kind of cool. And the last set is this madness of Life Orb for attacks, and yeah, this is just the most mean one, but with a Life Orb and can actually reach some KOs. If I remember correctly, this superpower is for Blissey. You have knockoff for like the mirror or just the bunch of psychic types around the tier, like Salavinu, Larias. Then Ice Beam for your Gliscors and Garchomp, and just your stab. I think it's pointless to run streaming speed on this because it's just not gonna do anything. It's not gonna revenge kill anything. And yeah, this is the one that's the least viable actually. I think these two are just poor in comparison to whatever else you can do with this. And yeah, so this is all the potential set that I can see. As you can see, It's shit ton of sets, like I think 12 of them. But I went through them really quick. I could talk a lot about DEOXYS, but I don't want to make this like an hour of analysis. Just actually just like a brief talk, just kind of going through them. And what can DEOXYS actually do? How does it synergize with other Pokemon? So this is just some ideas that I had. I don't mind like showing the teams because I don't care. I'm gonna play my games anyway. Um, and a Drapion is not a mon you would use, but combination of T spikes and for opposing DEOXYS would be cool. And combining the toxic spikes with Demon Dio just to make it easier versus like an Hourglass, which actually in this meta with DEOXYS they could start running Magic Guard, I guess. But just to cripple everything with that nice poison makes this guy easier. Then you got like your standard stuff. Actually, I don't know what this spread is, but just allowing with some breakers to then win on the DEOXYS late game. Another big thing is just what I said previously is just teleport, like having just a teleport, just having this move and bringing wall breakers safely, like Crawdon, which is the main thing that it struggles to come in safely to click move. This is a funny set. Actually, I don't think this is that good with switcher, but you get my idea. And then yeah, so just enabling darks and ghost with teleport and spikes, just to click moves better. It's pretty insane. I'll also have like kind of that is spam to then win with Togekiss. It's pretty cool too. I think this is an idea that can work. You can make this work with any wall breaker, because it like I said, it makes a bunch of months even better, like a lot of them. Like I have this Nidoking here that is the same thing. It struggles to come in, and then you have to kind of predict, but not really. And then I have this Mega Horntech, excuse me, this Mega Horntech, which actually took a KOs the axis you're not running this left, which is pretty cool. And just this combination of moves is insane with this bulk. Like as you can see, it's not broken on its own, but it can be like just unhealthy and restricting, and that's the issue. So yeah, next thing that I think could be crazy is just a combination of DEOXYS plus Magnezone. They here have a bold version that I didn't show, but yeah, then the T spikes option, and then you just make scissor. Oops, excuse me. You just make scissor time a lot worse. Like the best mon in the tier, you can just trap it with this. It cannot come on DEOXYS as you teleport, and then you guarantee trap it with I don't know what happened there. Guarantee trap it with your zone, and then just make your dragon or your psychic type to kind of destroy. And then this is kind of nasty, just getting rid of the Vesmon in such a safe way that Magnezone kind of struggled to do. You have to actually like call the double, because if you come on scissor, it's gonna U-turn. And they just make Zone better. Right here I have the version with Larias, we have double psychic. Just getting rid of the scissor and then we will Lottie later. And another thing that it enables is assurance Weavile. It's just you can spike if you don't defog immediately. I can just teleport out and click assurance next. It's crazy, just making every mon better. And then I have like a bunch of hyper offense kind of teams, like this with just spikes like I showed before, and then the rain core, the screens, and the trick room. Not gonna go in details on that one. And it also, of course, like this guy is just a staple and install if you're gonna try to do this madness. You haven't Bunny and Polion set. So that's the thing. It just it can go on any kind of theme you want. Actually, if we look at nope, sorry, yeah, that one. If we look at the comms here, it's just gonna example on rain is gonna replace Mew. Here it's just taking the spot of Skarmory. I guess on offense, no, actually no, on offense it also goes well because you can just slap in on a team that's Bolt turn. Because teleport is also Bolt turn. It just makes any guy come better, like Mamoswine, Infernape, Choice Van Bralon. You just bring him for free with teleport. Same with balance, just spikes makes balance better. Like this Beta Weavile, you continue to assurance. Spike Stack is just the best spiker now. Like it would be better than Rosary to do that, and it will also fit install. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure. And we have a little money price, so if you still want to join, you can. I just want to play BDSP with a little twist, and that's what DEOXYS is doing without being broken itself. It's just gonna make a new meta, at least for this just a little time of this tournament. So what do you guys think? I'd like to see if anyone has like a take on this. Do you think that DEOXYS would be fine? I doubt it, but well, it's not impossible, I guess. If you think this is just madness to allow such a demon here, let me know. So yeah, follow me for more BDSP content. I'll try to be consistent back, but there's really not much to there's not really much content I can give you of BDSP other than like challenging friends and just do some friendlies, because we don't really have a circuit now. But maybe I can do something else. I don't know. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, hopefully soon. Bye bye.